Good morning, students. I hope you're all fine. So I hope I am audible to you all.
Yes.
All right. So should we begin with the topic of the day? All right. So students, I just want to briefly introduce parts of the speech to you, right? And then we'll begin to discuss prepositions in greater detail, right? So first of all, talking about the parts of speech, there are 8 parts of speech, as you might remember from your school days, right? So what are these various parts? We have nouns. Nouns are the names of various, places, things, ideas, concepts, people. So basically the names that we use in our speech are nouns. Right, so the examples include, you can read these examples, and the ones in red color are nouns, right? So speech, house, car, mic, these are all nouns. Trees, table, right? Then we have adjectives. Now, adjectives are the words which are used to describe the nouns and pronouns, right? For example, you have a noun movie or a film. So exciting is the word used to describe it, so that makes exciting, this word, an adjective. Right? Then the boy in the red jumper is happy. So color red, happy, longest, these are all adjectives. Then moving further, we have adverbs. Now as is quite clear from the word adverb, add plus verb. So these words, they describe the verbs. At times, we tend to get confused between adjectives and adverbs. कई बार ना आपको एकदम से ऐसे easily strike नहीं करेगा कि adjective क्या है, adverb क्या है. So very simple trick is, it is here in the name itself, adverb, right? So these are the modifying verbs, adjectives and adverbs. No, don't worry about the functions mentioned here, right? Some words might seem too technical, or there might be two meanings to it, but you have to stick to the simple meaning, that is adverbs. Adverbs are how the verbs are described, right? Example would include, she walked slowly, they are extremely poor, the police arrived very quickly. So arrived, how did they arrive? Very quickly. How was she walking? Slowly. Right? So these are the adverbs. Then verbs are, as we have done since class first or second, action words are called verbs. So all the action words, they are verbs. Right? Interruption due to network issues. Right? I hope everybody is back here. Oh, you have your aptitude session. Don't worry, Vishal, then you may attend the aptitude session, right? All of you who have also subscribed, you have, signed up for aptitude session, you may attend that, and I can brief you up later, right? We can have a separate class, and I can just give, All right, so the rest of the students, should we, continue from where we left? So yes, we were talking about. Okay. So everyone, yes, in case you have opted for the aptitude class, please go do attend that one, right? We'll try to fix a time later and I can have a separate class for you and we can cover this concept which you missed on, right? So you don't need to seek my permission. You may leave the class and attend the aptitude class, right? There is no problem. We'll try to later once your aptitude class is done, just leave me a text that ma'am I missed so and so class and when can I cover up. So we'll just try to fix a time which is suitable to all and we'll work during that time. All right, so for the rest of the students, let's get back to the class. So we were talking about verbs. Verbs are very simple, the action words, right? Then we have prepositions. Yes, please do. All right. Then we have prepositions, which are basically the words used to show relationships between various phrases in a sentence, right? Or between two objects. So if you'll notice here, the book is on the table. Book and table, how are they related? Right? That is made clear by the word on. Then we have he went into the room. Went into the room, right? Then we have, please check whose mic is on. Yes, bache, make sure all of you have your mics on mute other than the time you want to share something, right? Then we have these prepositions. Again, now this is the topic we are going to look into greater detail today, right? So let's not waste much time here. Then the pronouns are the words which replace nouns. That is clear from the word, right? John gave her a gift. So her, you, them, they, yourself, me, him, he, all these words are pronouns. Then we have conjunctions, which are joining words. Again, if you look at the word carefully, conjunction, right? Junction, so the junction is a joint. So yes, these are the joining words, phrases or clauses. And so a few examples include the words and, until, so, unless, therefore, yet, right? All these are conjunctions. Then we have the interjections, which are, the words used to show strong emotions, and a very, easy hack is that they're always, accompanied with an apostrophe, not an apostrophe, an exclamatory mark, right? So no doubt here in this sentence, wow, that's brilliant news. So here is the exclamation mark. Then ouch, that really hurt. No doubt they have put a comma here, but an exclamatory mark would have been more appropriate. Then hey, this word is also being followed with an exclamatory mark. These are interjections. So let's just take a look at this sentence here to give you all these various examples. So we have, the old tired man was sitting under a tree and patiently waiting for his son to arrive. Right? So if we break down this sentence into various parts of speech, here we have an article. Now, bache, article was not mentioned here in the list, but articles are considered a type of adjective only. Right? We have three articles, a, an, and the. And in my next class, I plan to take up articles in greater detail. Right? So we have the old tired man was sitting. So this is an article, old tired. These words describe the man. So these describe a noun. They are adjectives. Man is a noun. Was sitting is a verb, an action word, right? Under a tree. So under is a preposition. This is again an article. Tree is a noun. Now this is joining two different phrases. So it's in conjunction, right? And patiently. So he is waiting in what manner? Patiently. So this is an adverb. This is again a verb, preposition. Now this is a pronoun. His son, right? Son is again a noun. To arrive. To arrive is again a verb. So any confusion so far? In case you want any clarification? Yes, bache, anything you might want me to clear or go back and revise again. Otherwise, we can move forward to prepositions. So, should we move forward to prepositions? Yes, everyone is okay with that?
Yes, ma'am.
Alright, so here let's take a look at prepositions now. No wonder this slide is a bit longer, right? I have tried to include all the points I thought are important, but आपने rules पे focus नहीं करना, right? Because this is not your theoretical, आपका question theoretical नहीं होगा कि explain what are prepositions. You are simply going to get, few sentences and you are supposed to fill in the blanks with the correct prepositions. However, this all is necessary just to build a base. If you remember in school time, we were simply told this is what you are supposed to use here, right? And we used to gather that knowledge, we used to imbibe that knowledge and apply it. But here, since you are now in college, it is, incumbent on me to tell you why we have to use this. So this is why I just included a few rules for you so that you know why we use a particular word in this particular manner. However, don't worry about the rules. You are not supposed to memorize them. You will not be tested for them. You are only going to be tested for application. ठीक है, आपको rules पता चल गए, आपने उनको सिर्फ apply करना है exam में. If you are given fill in the blanks, you have to fill them with the appropriate prepositions. Right, so moving further. Now, what are these prepositions? Prepositions form a small but very important word class. We use them very frequently. In fact, the prepositions to, of, in, for, on, with, at, by, from. These are the top 25 words in English, right? Some of the top 25 words in English. Almost a major chunk of those words are prepositions. If you imagine any sentence, right? Most probably there is going to be a preposition in that sentence. If you can understand and correctly use prepositions, it will greatly improve your fluency, right? So basically, if again, this is why do we need. So again, I believe we had a brief interruption, right? Let's get back where we were. So yes, back to prepositions. Right, so yes, let's move on to the first rule, which is a preposition must have an object. Right, so basically like we discussed, preposition से हमें different objects का relation पता चलता है, right? The book is lying on the table. So book and table, how are they related? Lying on the table. So this is why in a sentence an object must be there wherever we are using a preposition. So these are few examples. They are in the kitchen. There was a doorway before me. I will call after work. Right now these the second sentences and all the respective points. यहाँ पे जो है ना preposition, it is working more as an adverb, right? It is not working as a preposition. But you don't have to worry about it. Just the simple takeaway from here is that a preposition must have an object. Now let's move further. If we break down this word, it means preposition, right? Which means place before, right? So this indicates that a preposition comes before something. So I put it in the box. So even when it doesn't come before its object, it is still closely related to its object. So who did you talk to? I talked to Jane, right? So Jane is important here. Similarly, I put it in the box. So the box is important here, right? Let's move further. We have a pronoun following a preposition should be in object form, right? So the noun or pronoun that follows a preposition forms a prepositional object. Like we told, it is always accompanied by an object, right? So if it is a pronoun, it should be therefore be in the objective form, not the subjective form. Now this is again a complicated rule. Don't worry about it. Just look at these examples. This is from my wife and me. That's between him and her. Mary gave it to them, right? So these are few examples. Then we have the forms. They do not have a particular form. The majority of prepositions are one word preposition, but some are 2 or 3 word phrases. So this is simply, some of them are very simple words. On, therefore, not therefore, before, after, under, underneath, above, below, right? These are all single word prepositions. The complex ones are according to, but for, in spite of, on account of, and these are not as commonly used as the simple one word prepositions, right? Now the to preposition and to infinitive are not the same. See, this word to, it is used in two senses, right? So it could either be a preposition or it could be an infinitive. So we are not supposed to confuse both of them. So the infinitive is usually, used to mention some objective, some aim, right? To sing, to live. And the to is used to again indicate a connection between two objects. So I look forward to lunch. I look forward to seeing you. Now, better do take note that we don't write I look forward to see you. To के साथ ना हमेशा ing वाला word लग जाएगा. I look forward to reading this book. I look forward to watching that movie. It won't be I look forward to watch that movie. वो incorrect होगा. So they are committed to the project or they are committed to keeping the price down. I am used to driving. I am used to cars. Right? So I am used to drive is incorrect. This sentence is incorrect. Similarly, I look forward to see you is incorrect. Moving further, we have the to as infinitive. It is used in many sentences to express the purpose of something or someone's opinion about something. So they used to live in Moscow. They love to sing. Right? So either to preposition का role नहीं कर रहा है. It is more as an infinitive particle. But again, don't worry about this rule. आपको ये ऐसे नहीं आएगा. In case you get this, let's say a sentence in your exam, simply write to and be done with it. All right. So now let's move to types of prepositions. So which various prepositions are there? So some prepositions help us know the direction, right? An example in this regard is look to the left and you will see our destination. So the word to in this case. Then time. We have been working since this morning. So since word is helping us know the time, right? So it is preposition of time. Then we have location. We saw a movie at the theater. So movie kahan pe dekhi? Theater mein. So it is helping us know the location. Then we have some prepositions which help us know the space, which is the dog hid under the table. Right? So which space is being occupied by the dog? The dog is hiding under the table. And then some prepositions which do not, correctly follow in any of these categories, we have just put them in the category of other prepositions, right? So let's now take a look at the prepositions of direction. So again, just to show the way and to express the direction of something, and few examples are above, right? You already know the meanings. However, for your revision, I have included the meanings as well. So you know the meaning of above, across, along, among, right? Among is always used for a group. Between is always used when there are two people involved, right? Or two objects involved. So I would say between me and her, she is the better dancer, right? But अगर तीन लोग हो जाएगा तो among use होगा कि among us she is the best dancer. ठीक है? Then we have the word around, at, that indicates a particular point. Then we have behind, right? Then we have below. So these are few examples for prepositions of direction. अब कुछ ना ओवरलैपिंग भी हो जाएगी डायरेक्शन और स्पेस में, राइट. सो डोंट वरी, कोई ऐसे बहुत ज्यादा वाटर टाइट कंपार्टमेंट्स नहीं है. दिस इज नॉट अ रिजिड क्लासिफिकेशन. दिस इज जस्ट अ वेरी, जस्ट टू मेक थिंग्स मोर कन्वीनियंट फॉर यू. सो वी हैव दिस क्लासिफिकेशन और दिस डिविजन इन आवर ग्रामर. Then we have the word beside, which means next to, close to means near, over also means above, then through means from one point to the next, towards means in the direction of, then up, down, between, by, inside or in, near, next to, on. So again, these are all very simple words. You are all familiar with these words, right? Then we have this on to, off, past. All right. So now let's take a look at these examples. Since these examples are what are important, आपको वहाँ पे एग्जाम में ऐसे ही similar sentences आएंगे, right? So some appropriate examples are they went dash bus. So it would be a sentence like that. What do we use? They went by bus, right? Then look to the right and you will see your destination. Then where, if let's say you are two friends deciding where you are supposed to meet in the break, right? In the break. So that would be meet me near the main gate, meet me near the canteen, meet me at the flower shop, right? Then the dog climbed onto the bed. Dog climbed onto the bed, right? So these are few examples of the sentences. Now let's take a look at prepositions of time. So according to English grammar rules, these words are used to refer to time in various aspects, right? So what do we use for time? Acha beta, time ke liye very careful. Remember these. Either I would suggest that you do read the meaning because यहाँ पे confusion होती है. How? If it is a particular day or date, we always use on. You will have your exam on Monday. Just an example, right? Or you will have your exam on 21st, 24th. तो इधर जब particular एक day है, एक date है, so we always use on. Then in is used when the time is a bit wider. The frame is bit wider, so we would say in January last year or in March last year we had a nationwide lockdown. All right, needless to say, we had an interruption again, right? So let's get back to where we were. So here we have in, as I was telling you, that in is for months, seasons, a year, part of the day, or after a period. So it would be, in 2020, I had visited this place, right? तो वहाँ पे in आ जाएगा for a year, whole year, season, in last summer, right? In last February. So here it would be in. Then at is used for a specific point of time that you like I tell you class at 9 a.m. at 9:30 a.m. So here the teachers will be using. So yes, the network is giving a lot of issues. I have no idea why. Right? So since is from a specific point in time, that is until now. So I would say since last week. I've started going to the gym since last week, or you could say I have been working hard since morning, right? So these are used for to talk about a specific point in time. Then for is also used for a certain period of time. I've been going there for quite some time now. ठीक है ऐसे. Then ago is again used for from now to a specific point in the past. So like we say many years ago, this was the norm, right? और जैसे कई stories नहीं होती हैं, a long time ago this thing happened. So ago is a long time pehle. Just to say that we use the word ago. Then a few other prepositions we have during. Again, like we say, no talking during the class. So during is throughout the course of the class, jab tak class chal rahi hai. Then before, after are quite clear. Until. Until is up to a certain point in time. So until is again used until she came back. The class was quite, so or so, anything like that. Then we have to, from, then by. Right? By means not later than. If I say, I need your consent by evening or I need your assignments by evening, which means that evening tak aapne karwani hai, not later than that. Then these are few examples. We arrived on Monday. The seminar starts at 10 a.m. The company was founded in the 20th century. So remember, in 20th century, बहुत बड़ा time है, so we use the word in, right? Monday 10 a.m. These are more particular. So Monday is on, 10 a.m. is at. Then they got married on Friday the 5th June, right? So let's move further. We have preposition of place. Again, the few examples include in, at, on, off, by or beside. Beside means by the side of, right? By the side of ka short form hai beside. So it means next to, right? Then we have under, above, right below, over, up, down. So again, these are all very simple words. You already know their meaning, so no point in explaining their meanings to you. So here few examples include, we live in India. There is a cat under the table. I hung my coat behind the door. A path above the lake. Right? It could also be a path beside the lake. So these are few examples. Now let's take a look at the other prepositions which do not exactly fit in any of these categories. So these are about, for, with, by, or, right? So I hope this was clear to you, and in case you have any doubt, you may ask me to go back to that particular slide. So I'll just go through all the slides again. So here we have, right? Don't worry about the rules, as I am telling you, that is just for your clarity. आपने rules memorize नहीं करने, ठीक है? अगर समझ नहीं भी आए, no problem. Just I want you to be able to correctly use the prepositions, right? If you get an exercise in exam, you should be able to correctly answer there. And students, for that purpose, I am going to share an assignment, not an assignment, just an exercise with you. There are few sentences with prepositions missing. You have to fill in the particular preposition. And I would request you that once you are done with the exercise, send that document back to me. You can email it to me or you can WhatsApp it to me, right? And I will share the solutions with you. I can mark it for you. ठीक है, तो मैं इधर चैट में भी लिख रही हूँ in case anybody is facing any let's say connection issue, so you can always read here as well. So all right, make sure you read these two messages, right? Now moving back here, and yes, don't worry, I'll share this PPT with you as well, so that you can revise later. In case you have any doubts, you can visit these pages later, right? So any doubts so far? Yes, bache, any doubt with the topic of the day? Anything you might want me to repeat? Sure, beta, I am going to share the PDF as well. अगर आपको later on कोई doubt आता है ना, you are most welcome to leave your query. You can WhatsApp it to me, right? Or you can email the same to me and I can repeat it in the next class. हम उसको एक बार फिर से discuss कर लेंगे. It won't take much time. However, I want you to do well in this topic. Why? Because 2-3 वहाँ पे जो भी sentences आएंगे आपके वो correct होने चाहिए. ठीक है, grammar is a very scoring part of the paper, so make sure you do it correctly, you attempt it correctly, right? So in case you have any other question or query, you are most welcome. And let me give you a reminder, you have your mock test today, right? You remember that? So I hope you are all prepared and you must appear for the same. थोड़ा आपके लिए एक exercise हो जाएगी before you appear for the exam. All right? So whenever you find the time, appear for the mock test. And in case you have any question, any query, you're most welcome to ask. Let's just revisit parts of speech again. So yes, this is what we discussed today. Right, the nouns, adjectives, adverbs, prepositions, pronouns, conjunctions, interjections, right? And I told you that articles are also a type of adjective only. And then we took a look at this sentence here, which has the various parts of speech, right? So any doubt, any question? So in the remaining time, I'll just mark your attendance for now. So please be attentive. Don't worry, I've taken the screenshots as well. But since we have few minutes to go, so I'll just mark your attendance. So Ayush is present. Yes, Ayush. Then do we have Abhishek in class? Adarsh, Ajajit, Amandeep. All right. Then we have Amandeep Singh, 168. Then Ankit Raj. Then we have Anu Mishra, Aryan and Atul.
Yes, ma'am.
Right.
Present, ma'am.
All right. So is Bhavneet in class? Bhavneet Bhupali? No. Chandan? Not here. So we have Daljit. We have Dipanshu. Divyanshu. So Divyanshu is not there as well. Adarsh Raj, Ankit are present, right? So do we have Gurjinder?
Present, ma'am.
Gurjot?
Present, ma'am.
All right. Gurleen? Harjot, Harkamal?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So Harmandeep Kaur, Harmandeep Singh, then we have Harminder, Harsimran, yes, Himanshu is not here, Inder Kumar, Jaskaran Kumar, all right, and we have Kanwardeep Singh. So the rest of students, in case the meeting ends abruptly, don't worry, I have your screenshot with me. All right.